Hey, welcome back to Gold's Garage. So this is the part of the 427 story for David Bougie. Why would an engine builder buy a complete engine, assembled engine, ready to run, and then take it all apart? That's a good question. I'm an engine builder. I got lots to do already, but we got a 427 brand new blueprint engine, crate engine, complete with right to the carburetor, backing in here right now. Stick with us and you'll find out why we're doing that. Here comes our 427. It's Christmas morning. You're doing good, Bill. Okay, you're good right there.
Okay, perfect. I'll just sit right in here. Hi, Alan.
Janice, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Turn that off of there.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I finally got you to my shop. That's what it took finally.
yeah, finally, you know.
He's obviously never been here before. So
Nope.
Wow. I've been to your shop lots of times. So.
Your shop looks really big on the videos, like it's
Don't
it's
tell
huge.
anybody, it's okay. Yeah. Chup, the story. This is David Bougie's 427 small block from Blueprint Engines. So why would an engine builder buy a complete engine? And here's the sad answer: because it costs less than buying all the parts. That is a commendation, I guess, to Blueprint's efficiency and their quantity buying discounts. They don't buy crankshafts one at a time, they buy 100 at a time.
Yeah, they would.
And they probably get a better price than we do, right, Bill? So,
A lot better, yeah.
So they can actually afford to assemble an engine for less than I can buy the parts, and forget about the labor, for less than I can buy the parts.
Yep.
And so David wants big power. So this Blueprint engine is a fully dressed engine. We're going to uncrate it, but let me just talk about it fast. So it's 427 cubic inch, it's 10-to-1 compression, Blueprint aftermarket block, and heads, roller cam. So it's a Generation 2 block, roller cam block.
Yes.
So it's a OE rollers, not aftermarket rollers,
Retrofit,
not link
whatever.
bar rollers. One-piece rear main seal, forged crankshaft, roller cam, of course, 230, 236, and I think it's 550 lift with 1.6 rockers. So pretty good specs. Supposed to make 540 horsepower, I think, and 550 or so, almost the same horsepower as torque.
Yes.
So what's our plan? David wants me to totally disassemble this engine. And first thing we're going to do, though, and sort of dissect it, document everything that we find. If we have to fix anything, we will. I doubt very much that we will find very much that's going to be a problem. But if you want to know what's inside these guys, you're going to find out. And we're also going to take it to the dyno. Before I do that, I'm going to put it on my test stand and start it. I'm going to do a leak down and compression test before I even disassemble it, so we know how well the cylinders are sealed and all that kind of stuff. And we'll keep you posted as we go. So let's get the crate off and see what it looks inside. Watch your toes there, Bill.
Yeah, I'm good.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Actually, we're going to need this to get it up on them. We'll put it up on a stand, on an engine stand. I got an empty engine stand. Okay, we're just getting the bag off it now. We got it on the ground. Look at the balance here.
Look at that.
It's not very pretty, is it?
No, it's not.
And they got a lock washer in there.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. There you go, off the bat. Blueprint, their own heads, their own block. Are these made in Germany too, these blocks?
I think so.
Yeah, okay, the casting is made
Yeah,
in
the casting's
Germany
made there.
for them. Their own block. So this is a second generation block, so it's one piece rear main seal. It has a fuel pump accessory on it, so, and it's a true roller. It's not a retro roller. It's not link bar roller, so roller We'll find all that out when we get it apart, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to find.
Yeah.
Single plane intake manifold. And so 540 horsepower. Bill and I are just talking. I'm not sure what David wants to do, but one of the beauties of these deals, you could change the camshaft without changing the lifters and all that. You just
I know, just buy the cam.
buy the cam.
Yep.
It's probably, 50 more horsepower in the cam and still be streetable?
At least 50 probably.
Probably. So Dave wants something special. So that'll be part of our discussion that we have with him. So we've got to get it up on an engine stand, and then we can take a better look at it.
It'll be
Not very impressed with the balancer, that's
Nope.
for sure.
It'll be kind of cool to put an LS1 firing order in the thing. If you're changing the
Yeah,
cam.
especially with an engine like this.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah,
yep.
well, there's lots of those cams out there.
Yep,
right?
there are.
So, yeah. Anyway, pretty nice. This costs more than my first house, by the way. So.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And we're not done yet, by the way. We're just getting started. So, okay, let's get her up on a stand and take it from there. So, the other thing is we just robbed the starter off Mike's engine. So when you're installing the starters, one piece, I had a call from a customer just yesterday about having trouble getting these starters on. So sometimes they are relieved where they fit the oil pan, but they come with instructions. So typically you want a little gap about 1/16 of an inch or 60 thousandths. And of course the starter is on a screw. When it's energized, this gear comes out and engages with the flywheel and then goes back into ambush. If those numbers aren't right, you can actually they come with shims like this to move the starter back and forth, and then shims like this that can go under here to lower the starter. If your concern is the alignment of the pinion and the teeth on the flywheel, then you can move the starter up or down by using these shims. So we're just kind of making progress getting Dave's engine ready to go in the test stand, but we thought we'd show you that. Okay, just a short clip about, I guess, why you need to make sure that you always read all the instructions. So most of this engine has a one-piece rear main seal. And so most of the engines I've worked on in the past, the CT400, for example, Crate engine has a one-piece rear main seal. And all those engines are externally balanced, which means there's a weight, and this is not the right one, but on any externally balanced engine, there's a counterweight on the outside of it somewhere, and that makes up for the fact that the engine itself is internally is imbalanced, and so that compensates for it by having the external weight. So I thought there were three kinds for an engine that has a two-piece rear main seal, internal and externally balanced, and an engine that has a one-piece rear main seal, all external balanced. Well, this Blueprint engine has a one-piece rear main seal, and it is internally balanced, which means the flex plate has to be neutral. So you need to make sure you get that right. Now, one of the things is it's impossible to install a flex plate that's made for a two-piece rear main seal, like this one, on an engine that has one-piece rear main seal, because I've just got it mocked up here, because the bolt circle diameter is different, and so it's impossible. I think this one's about 3.5 inches, and this one's about 3 inches. So you could not install the wrong flex plate on this engine from a two-piece rear main seal engine. So, however, on a one-piece rear main seal, when I first got this, I assumed that it would be externally balanced. Read the instructions, it's internally balanced. So I have another flex plate actually coming that is for a one-piece rear main seal and internally balanced. So it does not have any counterweight on it like this one does. So the other thing is, where did this all get started? When the 400 was introduced, it was also externally balanced, and so even at the front and the back. So here's a just a balancer that I have, and you can see that there's a cutout on the balancer to create the imbalance in the balancer, which compensates for the imbalance on the front of the engine, and together they make it neutral. And exactly the same theory is used on the back. So, and even if you're using a 350, some of the aftermarket, like Evo aftermarket assemblies come, and they are externally balanced as well. So read the instructions. It is possible to, if your both combinations are internal or one piece or two piece rear main seal, it is possible to get an externally balanced flex plate or flywheel on an engine that shouldn't have one, and that would be, you would probably rattle the bearings out of it in a short period of time. So that would not be good. Hope that information is helpful. Thanks for watching. Okay, we're going to wrap up the first segment video, I guess, for David Bougie's Blueprint 427. We're just getting ready to put it on the test stand. We just torqued the flywheel on it. I got to make a little adjustment to shim the starter a little bit, and so I want to let Alec get going here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get on the test stand today. Probably tomorrow we'll run it for the first. Before I run it, I'll do a pressure test. We'll pressurize right from the radiator to make sure there's no internal leaks. And then we'll do a compression leak down test. We'll document all that and make sure we know what we got when we started. We will then fire it up and run it for a while. And it is a roller cam, so we don't have to worry about camshaft break-in. And then we're going to see what David wants to do. We already have a suggestion here. It's pretty conservative engine for a 427. It's got all good parts, forged crankshaft, forged rods, all that stuff. The cam for a 427 is about 230, 236. Could be bigger, let's put it that way. And it is a roller cam, so we can change this cam without changing the lifters. And so that's not that big of an expense, and probably add, a considerable amount of power for David if he wants to do that. He wants this to be straight and strip. He wants to improve on it. And of course, when we get inside, we'll see if there's anything else we have to either improve on or fix. We will document every bearing clearance, cylinder wall, piston clearance, all that stuff, and then decide from there if we want to make any more changes. So close off for now, and we'll be back to you with stage 2. Please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching Gold Scratch.